Oh, hey there. So every boy has a question inside their heart, and every girl also has a question inside your heart. And in case you're too old to remember what that question was, let's rewind back in your life, and I'm going to tell you. Every boy has this question inside your heart: Are you good enough? Are you good enough to go and storm the castle and slay the dragon to go rescue the princess? And are you worthy of her love and admiration? And every girl has a question inside of her heart, and that is, am I pretty enough? Am I pretty enough for some man to come and save me from this dragon and save me from this army and from this dungeon or what have you? And every child, when they're young, gets an answer to this question. And it kind of doesn't matter who you are, the answer is always no. And that's sad and it's heartbreaking. And here's why I think this happens, okay? When circus elephants are tiny, when they're first born, and as they're young, they put a very large chain around their back foot and they put a deep stake into the ground. And when this happens, the baby elephant, of course, wants to be free, just like the rest of us. And so he pulls and tugs and pulls and tugs until he makes, like a sore on the back of his foot. And it gets worse and worse and worse. And he ends up with a scar, like a permanent scar. You can see it around the back foot of a circus elephant. Until finally he realizes, no matter how hard I try, I've tried everything, it will not work. There is no escape. And once that happens, then the elephant trainer knows his spirit is broken, his or her spirit is broken. And so they take off the big chain and they put on a little nylon rope and a tiny little stake. And once they feel any resistance, they give up trying. They're just like, I've tried this before. It doesn't work. I can't beat this thing. And I think that while we're young, the devil knows our potential later on in life. And he goes, this person could be amazing. I have to stop it. And so he breaks our will. He breaks our spirit when we're young so that we give up trying at all. And we just go, I'm not good enough. I'm not good enough to storm the castle. I'm not good enough to have the princess. I'm not pretty enough for somebody to care enough about me to do those things. And so we settle for a cheap imitation of those things. And so what our world has sadly turned into is a bunch of people that aren't living up to their potential as men and women. And we've got, several generations that are fatherless. Just the dad is not around at all. And that, of course, is heartbreaking for kids, and it's hard. It's horrible. When the Nazis came to take over, first they took the men, and then they took the women, and then the children were easy. And I think that to a large degree, that's happened in our society. I think to a large degree, the devil has taken the men and gone, let's just get you out of the picture. Okay, you're not the head of the household. You're a mockery. Everything on TV, every movie just shows the dad as some oaf, just barely surviving. Dad doesn't know anything. And how can you command respect when nobody respects you? And that's really what a man wants, or really a man wants to have respect. And then they're not respected and they're nagged to death and they're, nitpicked and nothing is good enough. And pretty quick they go, why would I stick around for this? And there's a part of them that thinks, I'm not good enough, I'm not strong enough, what have you. But also by this point, our culture is so broken that's sad. And so we settle for cheap imitations. And a guy goes, why would I go, win a girl when I can go to a strip club? Or when I can go get an OnlyFans girl or porn or whatever it may be and get what I want out of this, right? Like that's really what I'm looking for. And then the same is true with women. They go, why would I don't think that I'm actually, in their heart, they would never say it out loud, but in their heart they go, I'm not really pretty enough. I'm not really good enough. And I know my heart, I know what I am, and I'm, dirty inside or whatever. And they just go, I'm not really worth the type of man that I want to have. Therefore, if I just show some skin, if I just do what they want, then I can get all the attention that I want. And really, I believe that leaves us all empty. And that leaves a broken society that, if you looked across through spiritual eyes, if you looked across, our beautiful neighborhoods, you would just see, in spiritual eyes, you would see devastation, just grenades and, I don't know, bombs going off everywhere. It's not pretty. It's not pretty what's been done to us. And I don't honestly know the solution. I really don't. I wish I did. I think that in an ideal, I believe that in an ideal world, you know, a man and woman should get together early in life, and they should stay together no matter what. They should have kids. The man should work. If the woman wants to work too, that's fine. I'm not saying that she can't. I'm just saying in an ideal world, men are made to work hard. We don't feel good unless we do that. And there's a lot of guys that are like, I'm cool with it. There's no part of me that has ever asked any girl I've ever been with to pay her share, ever. I don't feel like that's necessary. But then you get these girls that, they're like, hey, I want you to pay for everything and do all the chivalrous things, but I'm not going to respect you, and I'm not going to do my part. And if you want somebody to make your own sandwich, and you can clean and you can do the dishes and all these things, I'm like, but each one of us has a part, and I feel like if everybody does that, then we're in a good place. But there's no respect for marriage whatsoever, and everybody is, I don't know, clamoring for attention all the time, and there's so many cheaters out there, and the world is a mess. And so I don't know what the answer is. I would say this: if you're in a marriage, you make it work. If you're not yet, I don't know, try to get the right person. It's not easy. No guarantees in life. And I don't know, just, I guess, try to be the best person that you can. But understand this: like, you can clean yourself up. You can come to God. He can clean you up, and you can be the best person that you can possibly be. So, not really a good answer on this one. I guess just me talking. Love you guys.